Hi, welcome back for our next session. I'm super excited to be here again with Nemo Tile and Stone. I'm pleased to introduce Katie Michael Battaglia, who is the design director of Nemo Tile and Stone, and also Matthew Koberger, who is the director of merchandising. So good to see you both. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah,
Excited to be here.
Oh, we're really excited to have you. All right, so this is going to be a fabulous preview of your newest collections, and you made a fantastic video to kind of set the stage. So Katie, can you tell us what we might expect?
So we have a number of our new collections that this is a preview, and we are having them come out in later summer time, but we're just so excited that we want to show them and take this opportunity and to show them. We're in our Manhattan showroom setting, so anybody can come by and check us out.
Perfect. All right, let's see the video and then we'll chat about what we see.
Welcome to Nemo Tile and Stone's NYC showroom. I'm Katie and I'm the design director here at Nemo. We're very excited this year because we are celebrating our 100-year anniversary. Nemo has been the go-to establishment for providing tile for projects such as residences, offices, retail establishments, even stadiums. We started in Jamaica, Queens, and we have grown to 8 showrooms. Additionally, we work with the entire A&D industry throughout the country as the trusted source for providing tile. So my background as an interior designer gives me the insight and the experience to know what designers are looking for, as well as the questions you may have. I work with a team here at Nemo where we select and we curate all of our new collections. So today, I'm really excited to show you our new collections. So let's go look. We start off our new collections with Opus 2.0. This is building upon our very popular Opus collection, which is a concrete look collection of porcelains. What's great about Opus 2.0 is that it comes in 8 colors, 8 shades of warm and cool grays. This celebrates the imperfections that we see in concrete. It has a lot of the scratches, and it also has that patina that happens in concrete over time. It also comes in 5 sizes, as well as a paver option and a mosaic. But additionally, it comes in these great wall tiles, wall decos. And I have this one here, it's called Fault. It's a linear texture, and when put up, it's seamless and beautiful, and it just adds a lot of depth and character to any space. Next up is Aurora. Aurora is a porcelain line, again, floor and wall, very simple. It's one size, 2.5 by 14.5. It's rectified, which is great for a real refined installation. You get those crisp edges to it. And this comes in 11 colors. So, a lot of choices, but what's distinct about Aurora is that it has a high variation in the shades of each color. Each color kind of has a almost ombre effect to it, which gives it a lot of depth and movement. You can put them monochromatically, or you can mix them with additional colors and other ways of installing them. Here we see black and white. You can be very bold with this, using them together, and it creates so much movement because of the variation, but also because it's an offset diagonal. In the terracotta color, you could see we've done it in a classic herringbone look. Again, you see the variation, and it's almost reminiscent of a street with a herringbone terracotta. Our next collection is another porcelain. It's a smaller scale porcelain. The name is Ziza. Now, Ziza is an inspired Zalige look, but it also has a tonal quality of a concrete. It has the uneven surface as well as the edges, so it has much more of a handmade look to it. It comes in 7 colors, 5 of which are neutral, and then 2 are accents. We have this beautiful Mediterranean-inspired blue, as well as this really beautiful soft rose color. Besides coming in the solid, it comes in what we call the fez, which is a linear texture to it, and it's randomly placed on the tile, and it's always mixed. So when you get it, you get a box full of it, and it's random. You can mix it by with the solid, or you can install it all by itself. Additionally, one of the things I love about this line is this modularity. It comes in 3 sizes that they all work together. It comes in a 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch square, a 4.5 inch by 9 rectangular, as well as an elongated subway. Let me introduce you to Wyatt. Wyatt is a wood look porcelain. It has a worn wood appearance with pickling and a slightly ceruse surface. 4 colors, each of these colors are a natural rendition of wood, and just with a slight tonal quality to them. They're very soft in their appearance. 8 inch by 48 inch plank, so it's a nice wide plank, but additionally it comes in a great chevron of the same size. That's Wyatt. Very simple line, but a very elegant and beautiful line. Lincoln is a refined stone look with a, what I dare say, mashup of 4 different stones from different areas of Europe. There are 4 colors that are available in Lincoln, and each has a delicate veining to it with a slight sandy surface. Very simple, but it creates a great grounding to any modern or classic interior, and also exteriors. It comes in 2 wall decos as well. So we have a 3-dimensional linear, which really adds a lot of depth and character and movement to any space, as well as this wonderful, crisp, varied width mosaic. These go brilliantly with the line and create a great textural depth to any space. Our last collection is Quinn. Quinn is unexpected and witty. It is a ceramic wall tile that has 3-dimensional qualities to it. And it comes in 4 surfaces. It comes in a flat, a pillow, a wedge, and a ramp. It's really great because it plays upon light and shadow, so it changes whichever way you're looking at it. And they're all inspired by the architectural and cubism of Le Corbusier and Picasso. You can use them by themselves, all together, like this pillow here, or you can mix them all together, which creates a lot of movement. You can change the way they're installed by putting them together. So many ways of doing it. We're very excited having Quinn as part of our collections, and we can't wait for you to use them in your projects. It's been really fun walking you through our newest collections. Please check us out on our website, as well as come collaborate with us in person at any of our showrooms. And just in time this summer, we are opening our new Southampton location. Thank you again, and we'd love to work with you on your next project.
Amazing. Thank you so much for taking us on that tour. So many great collections to dive into. But first, I want to focus on your 100th anniversary. I mean, that's a big deal. That's 100 years. Yeah. Can you give us a quick snapshot of the company history or highlights?
The highlights, we're been known as a New York company. We started in 1921 in Jamaica, Queens. And it has, it's a family business. It went through Jerry Carlin to Bert Carlin and now Matt Carlin. And we're growing. And from 1 showroom now to 8 showrooms. So it's really exciting what we're doing right now, and even through the pandemic.
Right. Which has not been easy.
No.
We all laugh. And you talk about your showrooms. Southampton is opening up, and as an interior designer by profession, you actually designed it, which is super cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the vibe and what you wanted to create and why Southampton?
So Southampton, we've been, looking back and forth as to, being out there, and I think it became especially relevant, during the pandemic because of people moving to the, back to the suburbs and, the max exodus, so to speak. But we also have a great partner who is our showroom manager, who has been in the tile and stone industry for many years, but it lives in Southampton. So, we took advantage of those 2 things, and we started, building a new showroom. So it's under construction right now. And I design and build all the showrooms actually. So that's what we're doing now. The vibe is we're trying something new. Actually. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a new look, and not so much of a default, but we're putting in more larger format, more stone, and then it's kind of a very experiential workshop experience.
Cool. Is it hard to pick which collections go in?
Yes.
I feel like
I'm doing that right
give me
now.
agita.
I'm doing that right now. Kind of, I want to be putting our new stuff in.
Right.
But it's not in yet, so I can't. And so I'm just like, biting to get it in. It really goes through what that clientele is looking for. So that's one of the great things about doing all these showrooms. It's different in Philly, different in Boston, Red Bank, New Jersey. They're all different. The clientele, what they're looking for. So
right.
We really need to streamline it for what they're looking for, and also that we have a variety of client in that, there's the retail, there's also our A&D, which is a huge proponent of what we do, as well as developers, and then other showrooms that we work with.
Yeah, love it. And I feel like one of the reasons many people come to Nemo is your knowledge, your history, your partnership. And I think you having the background being in interior design is even more critical. Can you tell the audience why that's helped you, or how that helps be a good partner?
Yeah, definitely having been in the industry, 100 years, the Carlin family, we look good. Yeah. I'm aging well.
Like you.
Right? But if it's really interesting sometimes, just even speaking to Matt Carlin, sometimes he's got so much in his brain of how, tiles go together, or our learning experiences too, and everything's changing. But we do make sure that we teach, all of our staff about, the ins and outs and what to look for. I would also say, in terms of my background as an interior designer, I'm definitely looking at things a little bit differently than, some, other people at Nemo. As to what people are looking for, but I also have found, which is very interesting, what we don't know, which is
which is a lot.
which is a lot as a specifier, because if you think about it as an interior designer, you're thinking about all of the materials to be so honed in on one thing and to know the ins and outs of it. It's a lot to ask.
Not all the nitty gritty that goes into one material.
Right.
Right. So certain things like, making sure that you're looking at variation. A lot of times people get little samples, like, and they think, oh, that's what it looks like. Yeah. That's what I relayed my whole project on, was this one little sample.
Right.
Obviously to get one sample, but if there is variation, usually our salespeople will let you know. But that's one of the great things. Our salespeople are really good about that. But variation, you need to look at that. Also, the thickness of tile up against what is it going against. Yep. Transitions. A lot of these little nuances that it's always this, did you think about that? Did you think about that? So
and those make a difference, right? It's all those little details.
Yeah, it definitely makes a difference. It makes how your vision comes to life.
Right.
And I think that positions us as like a trusted source. We're here to make sure that you understand all that nitty gritty, that it's less burden on you and you're fully aware and knowledgeable of that.
Great. Love it. All right, well, let's dive into the collections, because I want to make sure we have some time. Yeah. So let's start with the Aurora line, which has amazing colors, even in ombre. What are you seeing in 2021 and beyond in terms of colors, and how did you incorporate that into Aurora?
So definitely, one of the interesting things is we've been talking about large format a lot as an industry, but at the same time, people want to have smaller format on the floor. And so it's always been that struggle of, well, we have a subway tile, can I put that on the floor too? Well, generally no, because it's a ceramic. But Aurora is a porcelain. So
solves that problem.
Right, exactly. So porcelain has the durability. It has the the traction. So it has we call decoff for non-slip and whatnot. But it's also got 11 colors. And so what's great about Aurora is it's your very simple elongated rectangle, but you can do so much with it.
Right.
And so many different patterns. And because of the variation, it just has so much depth in it. And I think there's like 55 graphic faces, that's what they call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on each color. So it really allows to have just that real nice variation in movement, but it's not in your face, it's subtle.
Yeah, and that nice variation is subtle. It's one thing to look at a sample of tile and it be the same color, but to blast it all over the place, that nice subtle variation really increases the depth of the project.
Amazing. And you have another porcelain, the Ziza, right? Which also has textural effects that almost look handmade in a way. Can you talk a bit about creating that and why that might be more versatile?
So that is, it's, we've seen a lot of the kind of wanting to have the Moroccan zalige look, which is a clay type tile, handmade. That it's beautiful, however, it doesn't have the durabilities of porcelain. So,
so you got to marry the two.
Right.
Can't use those on the floor.
Yeah. So that's again, porcelain. You can use it on wall and floor, and anywhere else that you can imagine. But it definitely has, the surface of it is an undulated.
Undulated with it's like a handmade appearance.
Right, in the edges. So it's not supposed to be pristine.
Got it.
And so then there's 3 sizes of that, which is really great because you can use them all together and they work together.
Right.
Again, it's that small scale that people want to be able to move from wall to floor. So you can do that with this.
Got it. And then I was particularly curious about Quinn, which is 3D effect, which is, I think you had flat, pillow, and wedge, right?
It comes in those and ramp.
And ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Can you tell the difference?
How did that come about, or what did you see it mostly used for?
I mean, we've been seeing a lot of need for 3-dimensional tile.
Yep.
More and more lately, but to have it in that nice subway style, and then also in a format that you can mix and match them between the different patterns.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it adds a level of design and creativity that you can add to any project.
Yep.
Right. A lot of people always come to us, we'll have something, and they always want to be like, well, can I use that by this? Can I use that? And it's usually a lot of times these come mixed and you can't do that.
Right.
That was the beauty of Quinn, is we can do this where you can do it whichever way you want.
That's super cool. And then Opus 2.0, that's the one with the concrete textured look, right? Where does that seem most appropriate, or what are you being asked for that type of use? I
mean, there's always a need for concrete look tile. We actually see it's like some of our most popular collections that we have. But I mean, people are using it everywhere.
Yeah.
In bar fronts, restaurant floors. It's pretty diverse.
Right. Yeah.
Right. It's perfect for the area if somebody really wants to have that concrete look, like this.
Yeah.
But your actual concrete floor is not looking good, or it's not cost effective for you to be able to do it.
Right.
So this is the perfect opportunity to bring that in. You have the look of it, the coloration that you're looking for, and the durability of the porcelain.
Got it. And is it an evolution then of an earlier collection?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Hence
there is
the
Opus.
2.0.
Right. So there's Opus, and which was wildly popular, and we had 2 colors of it, and it had a lot of movement in it, and so which was great was that this had a lot more colors, tones with the cool and the warm. And it just kind of evolved with that. So it's the next step.
And it comes in, I think Opus originally came in like a 16 by 32 and a 32 by 32. Opus 2.0, we're bringing in more traditional sizes, 12 by 24, 24 by 24, 24 by 48, and as well as pavers.
Amazing. Okay, and then Wyatt, which I loved, the wood-like porcelain. So is that, I mean, I feel like wood is also on trend. Everyone's using it. Are there color variations that you kind of played with, or?
Right, wood as a porcelain has been out there for many years. And that has gotten better over time. I remember seeing as a designer some of the woods when they first came out, and it was okay, that could work.
It doesn't really look like wood.
But this is, they're so good right now, and it has a slight texture to it. And like I said, it's slightly cherused. Say that 10 times fast.
To practice that.
It has, but that's what's on trend in terms of the colors. It's more of a soft wood. It has that more natural, lighter wood color, as well as a gray, and even the browns are on a kind of gray tone. So that's the trend we've been seeing in woods
And then
more.
as well, it's available in a Chevron as well, an 8x48
nice.
Chevron, which we get a lot of demand for.
I love how you keep this all straight.
Yeah.
Like, what goes to what?
He's the yin to my yang. So
Yes.
I love it. We're out of time real quick. And then Lincoln was the mashup, right, of the 4 different stones.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, it's very simple. I mean, it's 4 colors, and that's one of the things too is that it's not trying to look like one stone in particular, but
Right.
it's being subtle, has a slight movement, a slight vein, but it's just a very good grounding, beautiful. Keep it clean and simple.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I know these are all previews.
Yeah.
How, tell us about how people can, when they'll be ready and where can people find you?
So these are all coming at the end of summer, so end of August, early September. I think Wyatt's coming a little earlier in July. But yeah, you guys can find us on our website through your Nemo rep. If you don't know who your Nemo rep is, you can reach out to info@nemotile.com. As well as we're on Material Bank. We're a founding partner there, and we're excited to be there.
Great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by again. It was so great to see everything that you have coming up, and it's an exciting time for Nemo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.